Hello, I'm Catherine Anaya, and welcome to MHG TV. In this episode, you'll meet ascending agent Anna Tovar. She's been a teacher, a city councilwoman, a state legislator. She's a two-time cancer survivor, and now this Wonder Woman of a realtor is also the mayor of the city of Tolleson. 4 years ago, Anna Tovar decided to get her real estate license, something she says she's always wanted to do.
For me, I would say it was probably like a 2-month transition where I was like, wow, this is really scary. To be dependent on getting a contract, selling a home to earn money. Right. But I think once those 2 months passed, then I started a routine and making sure that, okay, I have, clients in the pipeline. I have my goals essentially set, and I think what helped me a lot is attending classes and being, taught by our brokers there at my home group, and knowing that all these classes are free.
As if getting a real estate license wasn't enough, she also became the first woman mayor of Tolleson, Arizona.
Because most of them don't know, I don't disclose that I'm a mayor. I want to get to know them, make them feel comfortable. It's all about, the clients and finding them their next home sweet home. But sometimes through just Googling my name or, things like that, or running into other real estate agents, they'll mention like, hey, did you know that your realtor is also the mayor? And they're like, what? Like, how come you didn't tell me? And I'm like, well, I'm here to serve you as your realtor and, give you the best customer services possible.
She admits her years in the public eye have given her a bit of a leg up in attracting clients, especially those she's worked with before. But mostly she believes it's her love of teaching that makes her a successful realtor.
To teach, as a former educator of, kinder and first grade, I do feel that as real estate agents, we are teachers. We're teaching our clients, to navigate them through the entire transaction of either purchasing a house or selling a house, which to them is their biggest, one of their biggest investments in their lives. So it is, every day with a client is a teachable moment.
Every moment is more precious than ever since Tovar survived cancer, not once, but twice, the first diagnosis coming in 2001.
About the 6th week of my school year, when I noticed that I felt really tired. As an educator, you're always exhausted at the beginning of a school year, but this was a little worse, where I started bruising and just didn't feel well overall. So at my husband's persistence, I went and got checked out, and soon after that, I would say within 5 days, I knew that there was something wrong, where I was sitting in an oncologist office, and so I knew, okay, there's something really wrong with me. After the bone marrow biopsy came back, it said that I had a rare form of leukemia. So essentially on August 10th of 2001, my life changed forever.
She loves children and loved teaching. Having to resign from that was one of the hardest decisions she says she's had to make. But she had also been elected to the Tolleson City Council right before her diagnosis, a position she served in during her cancer journey.
Definitely the journey was a tumultuous journey that taught me, I would say, quite a bit about life in regards to cherishing the small things in life. I mean, my boys at that time were about 1.5 years and about 4 years old. So the treatment that I was required is I had a bone marrow transplant, and I woke up on September 11th of 2001. So diagnosed August 10th, my transplant was September 11th. So it was a quick process in regards to how dangerous I was from dying if I didn't get treatment right away.
She spent 45 days in the hospital in isolation, unable to see or touch her children.
And that probably, I would say, was the hardest part of cancer. Granted, they're pumping your body with chemotherapy and all these drugs to kill the cancer in your body. In mine, it was blood cancer. But being away from your family and your kids, I would say for me mentally was probably the roughest for me to handle.
But she overcame that battle. And then 305 days later, the cancer returned.
So at that point, I went into a clinical trial for a stem cell transplant in 2002. And that was a scary journey because it wasn't the fear of the unknown, like my first transplant, it was the fear of the known. Like I knew that what I needed to conquer and face, And so I was just determined to beat it. I didn't have a choice. It was like, okay, I'm going to do this for my kids and for me to be a mom. And I told myself, I'm not going to be in 45 days. I'm going to be there less. So I was there 35 days. And it was a journey as well, too. But I would say it taught me a lot about my life in a very early stage of my life, in my mid-20s.
Life changed forever, but in her words, for the better.
That cancer journey made me the woman I am today, made me the mom I am today. So for me, it was something that put my life into perspective and made me feel that, okay, every moment is something I need to cherish, and I need to get my life in order and make sure that I'm doing everything possible.
That included serving in the state legislature. She was a brand new freshman state representative when Arizona's transplant funding was cut. Tovar's cancer journey gave her a unique voice in the battle to restore funding and for the patients she could now advocate for.
So what I thought was an easy fix, because I thought, oh, well, once people know that 99 people's lives are at stake for $1.4 million, like, they'll obviously make that change right away.
Yeah.
Boy, was I mistaken. It took 6 months to get it reinstated, but it was a full-on effort to make sure that I brought forward those 99 patients and their families, to recognize them as not just a number, but as a face. And they're someone's sister, they're someone's mom, their uncle, someone's dad. So I had them come to the state legislature and share their story and be part of the movement to reinstate funding.
It took 6 months to get reinstated. 3 patients died during that time. But with Tovar's efforts, 96 other lives were saved.
That was just an amazing journey for me. And again, I think it happened to me for a reason, for me to be an advocate for others.
That passion for helping others has translated into her role as Tolleson mayor and as a My Home Group realtor.
It's all about my client. And I know that the real estate, buying a home or selling a home, is definitely a stressful time, whether it's on the family or just, one person. So I feel that my job is to relieve that stress for them and allow them just to look and feel and know that that next purchase feels good, not only to keep them balanced, but it feels good to them in knowing that, okay, this is the right choice and I don't have stress about this. And that's what I figure my role is.
In Tovar's world, relationships matter.
Many people call real estate, it's a transactional process, but for me, I want to take it beyond that in creating a relationship with these clients as well too. I want them, if they're going to sell their house in 7 years, I want them to think of me when they sell their house, or if they have a friend or a family member that wants to sell or buy, I want them to think, wow, I had a great process and it was a great journey for us. Like, I want to recommend Anna to my family. To me, that's like the biggest honor that anyone can give. If I'm a real estate agent to them, and if they refer me a client, to me, I know, okay, I did a good job.
Anna's passion for real estate is so contagious. Her youngest son is planning to attend real estate school to get his license and eventually wants to study real estate management at ASU. We wish him the best of luck. To get plugged into My Home Group's endless resources, go to agentsuccessformula.com. And don't forget to subscribe to MHG TV at MHGTV.com. I'm Catherine Anaya. I'll see you next time.